Hey, YouTube family. So, of course, you know me. Just was doing some research on some things that was pertaining to my life, Um, and I was wondering if what I was going through was God doing a shaking in my life with certain situations and things, right? So, I ran across this sermon by Tony Evans, When God is Shaking Things Up. And in there, he said some things that made me understand. He said that when God is shaking things up in your life, it's because he requires something different from you. He's shaking things up so that he can realign us. He's shaking things up in our lives so that he can do a reorientation to a reinauguration of a different way of responding than what we were previously used to doing. So when the shaking was happening in my life, it was because God wanted me to respond differently. He wanted me to come at it a different way than what I was before, just half-heartedly giving him my all. Half-heartedly. How many know that you can half-heartedly give God your all? So you say, right? There's no such thing. And so God began to tell me, worship me wholeheartedly, not half-heartedly, because I'm not going to come to you halfway with nothing. I'm consistent in everything. So how many things have we did half-heartedly for God? When he shook things up, we say, okay, well, I'm going to give away this, what I'm doing right now, so I can see a move of God. But then once God moves, we go back to what we gave up. Or when God shake up a certain relationship in your life that you thought was yours, and you try to give it to him for just a little bit, but yet you steady going back to see if the person's changed. Half-hearted doing things for God. When God wants it all, he wants our whole hearts. He wants us to respond different. He wants us wholehearted in our worship, in our praise, in our reading, in our meditation, in our communion with him wholeheartedly. So when we respond different, we get different outcomes because he's tired of the half-heartedness. When he's shaking things up in our lives, we give it up for a minute, then go back to it. I don't want God hand on my life, or I don't want him to chastise me because his hand's too heavy. I'm going to either get it right or I'm going to have to deal with the consequences. And I didn't deal with God consequences far too many times for me to keep on half-heartedly doing things for him. Because his hand's too heavy. God, I give it all to you. I give my heart to you. I give it all, whatever I've done previously before you gave me a revelation as to why you shaking things up in my life. I apologize for it. I mean, we have to be sincere with him and genuine with him. Because when he shake things up, it's because he's trying to realign us to do something different, to get a different response. Because sometimes God gets sick of it. He gets sick of it. And he wants us to be in a better position than what we were, but not half-heartedly. He wants us to give it all to him. What is it that you're half-heartedly doing that you feel that is right and it's enough, but God says it's not enough? So he's shaking up things, and everything that's not meant to say is falling off. Just like a tree. They shake it, all those rotten apples and grapes and all this stuff fall to the wayside. And what's supposed to stay, it remains. So he's shaking us. Our roots will stay grounded in him as long as we stay planted. But everything that's not attached to his will or to his word in our lives, when he shake us, it got to fall off so that we can continue to be fruitful. So tonight, I encourage you to listen to God. And whatever it is that he's trying to do in your life, if you feel like you've been going through a shaking, let him shake you. But give him your whole heart, your whole worship, your whole meditation, your whole praise. Be persistent in it. And let everything else that's not attached to what he assigned to you fall to the wayside. Have a blessed day.